Sup! Today you will find out who the Spartans are, how they were raised and trained. What rights did the Spartans have? What was the cruel rule in Sparta? The Spartans were one of the most famous ancient Greek city-states located in Laconia in the south of the Peloponnesian Peninsula. They became famous for their military power and tough lifestyle. The Spartans appeared in the 8th century BC. The foundation of the state is attributed to the legendary ruler Lacedaemon, also known as Sparta. At the beginning of their existence, the Spartans were engaged in agriculture. But over time, their focus switched to military affairs. The Spartans created a unique system of education and upbringing known as the agage. Boys from the age of 7 were sent to a military training camp, where they underwent intensive physical and military training until the age of 20. Until the age of 12, they were not given clothes. The children slept on a floor made of vines, which they themselves had to break with their bare hands. The boys were hardly fed, and they obtained food by stealing, which was encouraged. Educators believed that this is how children develop cunning and courage. However, if they were caught stealing, they were severely punished. Children were taught to fight with a sword, to throw spears, to run fast, and to do small things on a campaign. In the process of training, the Spartans turned into universal soldiers, which had no equal in Greece. The military skills, discipline, and strength of the Spartans were unmatched in ancient Greece.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay.
The Spartans had a characteristic formation that included several basic elements. Agage is a system of public education and upbringing designed to form military discipline and strength. During the agage, boys began training as early as the age of 7 and underwent a series of trials and training to become strong and enduring warriors. Hoplites are the main fighting unit of the Spartan army. The hoplites were heavily armed and equipped. They carried a large round shield and were armed with a long spear doru and a short sword kopis. This type of armed soldier was the backbone of the Spartan army's strength. A stable formation, the Spartan army was organized into permanent units called synedria, consisting of 4,000 people. They formed the Spartan regiments known as Elenodiki, phalanx Spartan battle strategy, based on a compact formation in a self-phalanx. The warriors stood shoulder to shoulder with shields protecting each other, and moved forward in even ranks. The phalanx was one of the key forces of the Spartan army and allowed it to achieve success in battles. Impeccable disciplined Spartan warriors were known for their strictness and discipline. They strictly followed the commands of their superiors and did not know the fear of death. Quite often, the Spartans were distinguished by ruthlessness and uncompromisingness in battle. Together, these aspects of building a Spartan army allowed it to become one of the most powerful and effective in the ancient world.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Let's go! Hey! Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try.
The girls also underwent training, including military training, and were a match for the guys. In those days, Spartan women were considered the freest in Greece. When one of the Athenians told the Spartan queen Gorgo that, "You alone, Spartans, do what you want with your husbands," the woman replied, "Yes, but we alone give birth to husbands." Aristotle said that, unlike men, Spartan women live more freely than other Greek women. He wrote that they were daring in everyday life, physically strong, and controlling their husbands. The main task of the Spartan woman was the birth of a healthy child, from whom a strong fighter will grow. That is why the girls went in for sports. Speaking in sports competitions, which in those days was unacceptable for girls, they practiced the manner of expressing himself briefly and clearly began to be called conciseness in Greece, since Sparta was in the region of Laconia. An illustrative example of conciseness is associated with the Macedonian king Philip II. In a letter addressed to Sparta, he wrote, "I advise you to surrender immediately, because if my army enters your lands, I will destroy your gardens, enslave people, and destroy the city." The Spartans answered briefly, "If the main food of the inhabitants of Laconia was a legendary black blood stew, the exact recipe of which is now lost. It is known that its ingredients were pig's feet, blood, lentils, salt, and vinegar. When the Persian king ordered the captive Spartan to cook such a soup for him, he said, 'Now I understand why the Spartans go to their death so bravely. They prefer death than such food.' Plutarch wrote that black soup is the food of old people. Veterans, realizing that strength is needed for service, refused their meat and gave it to young soldiers. The main occupation of the Spartans was war and the protection of the state. They served in the army. Their military strength and discipline were considered outstanding. The Spartans showed great devotion to their homeland and were ready to sacrifice their lives in battle for the common good of Sparta. The Spartan community was also known for its austerity and simplicity of life. The Spartans lived in a society with limited personal rights and property, where the welfare of the state was a priority and not individual welfare. As a result, the Spartans achieved outstanding results in military affairs, but their strict lifestyle and military orientation limited the development of their society. Other areas, such as art, philosophy, and trade, however, nothing lasts forever. Time eats up everything, and it will not work to stop it with a harsh upbringing. Rejection of money and self-sacrifice. Gradually, the star of Sparta rolled. Its citizens died in numerous wars. There were not enough soldiers even for defense. The top of society began to violate the precepts of Lycurgus and accumulated wealth. Neighbors with a developed economy pressed the Spartans on all fronts, but there was no strength to fight back. In 146 BC, the city became dependent on Rome, which, in memory of its former greatness, preserved its internal self-government.